Yeah, so Text Me Back, that's a fun one. It's one of those songs that has a deeper meaning in a fun package, if you will.
If you get this number, you're gonna text me back.
On that album, again, that was one of the sessions where I had a bunch of people come over at my mom's house, and that's how we recorded those group vocals. And Ja Lyrics, who's my cousin, was the one who inspired me on that one in terms of the group vocals. So a lot of these group vocals, the back and forth that you hear, he and my other cousin Colin and everybody just kind of definitely inspired me in that regard. And that's how you get the sound of Text Me Back.
And what about the beginning of it? Is that horns, or what instrument is it that makes that just that resonating sound?
Yeah, so those are those are horns, and it's one of those like brass packages,
Mm-hmm.
So when you have these virtual instruments, you can just have trumpets, just have tubas, just have whatever, but you can also have certain sounds that are the full band together, and that's what that is.
I know on a few, at least one or two of these songs, you've played real guitar. How do you decide what instruments are real and what are synthesized and computerized?
Whatever feels most natural is how I tend to decide. So, for example, I played guitar on Shooting Stars, and Shooting Stars has guitar and synth, right? Once I had the synth, I said, this song is not going to be any kind of good song without some real guitars on it. That's how I was able to determine. It's more of a situation like that. So for Text Me Back, it doesn't have any live instruments. I didn't really feel like I needed to have more live in there for that particular song. It's all just what feels natural.
Do you ever kind of make it computerized and then go real instrument, or is it kind of the other way around?
Oh, yeah. So for Shooting Stars, when it was just synth sounds at first, and I had a fake guitar patch, and I said, this sounds horrendous. Like, this just sounds bad. And I think it's super important to, when you're making the beat, think about what does like an industry standard sound like. If insert favorite producer here was making this beat, what would they have done? If you think they could have got away with using this fake sound, then by all means, like, there's nothing wrong with a computerized sound. But if you go, this person is gonna pick a live instrument because they know it's gonna sound better here, then do what you can.
And Text Me Back, is that about anybody specific? Is that just a general thing?
So it's about a couple specific people that I kind of blended together to make a general thing. And that goes for all of my songs. I try not to pick out specific people. There might be specific experiences that inspire the different songs. But I for most of these, if there's any like one idea that you go, oh, did this really happen? Or, oh, is this a real thing? It's probably a mixture of real things.
I think that's a good success formula. It kind of takes the authentic feel, but then kind of makes it more appealable to the masses.
Yeah, it just, because it would be a lot less relatable if I'm putting somebody's first name in there. Like if I'm talking about, if you get this number, will you text me back, Brittany? Like, everybody's gonna be like, okay, like
right.
That's a little.
At least everybody in your inner circle is going to be like, oh, so Brittany didn't work out.
Exactly. Yeah. And then everybody who's not in the circle is going to be like, who's Brittany? Okay. Right. You know what I mean? So.
On that song, explain the lyric, my ex-girl talks cursive.
Yeah. So for that line, if you think about, if you just think about like writing regular, I don't know, what's the opposite of cursive?
Manuscript?
Okay.
I think.
I don't know.
I'll ask Lily when she gets home.
Yeah, we did cursive in like 3rd grade and then like stopped. But yeah, so if you think about like writing manuscript, which is what we're used to seeing on like computers and all that, and then versus script can be, it's extra, it's elaborate, it's sometimes when doctors write in script, in cursive, you can't really read it sometimes. Like, it's harder to read, it's harder to understand. That's the idea behind that line. So my ex-girl, she talks in a way that we're not on the same page. I'm not understanding what she's saying. For whatever reason, it's more difficult.
Gotcha. I think that's the only lyric question I got out of that one. It is one of your more lyrical songs, though.
Yeah,
it starts off like kind of that like slow beat, but then like I think you really carry it kind of vocally on that one.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I tried to. Again, everything that I was saying was just what I was feeling, at the moment.
Matt, if you ever need me, I could meet you on the map. If I give you all of that, promise you gon' have my back, baby. If you get this number, you gon' text me back. If you get directions, you gon' meet me where I'm at. If you ever need me, I could meet you on the map. If I give you all of that, promise you gon' have my back. I don't just open for anyone. Yeah. Trying to mingle, I feel I've been single for many suns. Yeah. It's just hitting the coach for me now, so I hit me up. Whole life on the sports court. Shot my shot, check the scoreboard. That's no ring like Mordor. Go and take the L, you a poor sport. Yeah. All the homies, big shot Bob. Lost my little man Pops too. Now he's on a cloud in a Mach 5, and I talk fast when I'm nervous. And my ex-girl talks cursive, and I don't know where the verse is.